What's good, YouTube? Welcome to my channel, and my name is Mzi. Today we are doing the story time with Mzi Mnyazi, episode 1. In today's episode, I am going to take you through the week I spent at 44 Parachute Battalion doing the selection of the parachute course. This was back in 2009. If you are new here, please click the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you can be notified when we upload new videos. If you have been here, you should know that by now. Please like the video and share it with your friends, family, and everyone else that you think would enjoy this story. So the story starts on Sunday, I don't remember the date. This Sunday we arrived, that's the Sunday we arrived, and we were accommodated at a unit called 1SSB. It stands for One Special Service Battalion. The reason being, there were so many students already that were at 44, so the bungalows were full, and they had asked for us to be accommodated on the other side, which is a unit, a walking distance from 44. Then on the day, actually I remember we were at the showers with the guys. There, when you get in a bungalow, if you have never been to the military, when you're in a bungalow, there's an area where you sleep. It's an open hall, and then in that area at the back there are showers and toilets. So at the showers you find that there's about 8 showers, and those 8 showers, that's where everybody is going to shower, and it means you are standing next to another showering, and it's not a big story. You get naked together there. Those who have got muscles, they can see themselves, and those with mkaba, and those with 6 packs and everything, the skinny ones, everything. So what happened this Saturday, there was a young man from 4 Artillery Regiment. That unit is in Potchefstroom. So they also have their own parachute battery. The battery is a sort of a company, a group that specifically deals with parachutes in that particular unit. I'll make time and explain what that is in another video, because I think I need to do a lot of videos about my time I spent in the military and my understanding of everything that happens in that space, because I've never seen a video actually of someone doing that. So so what this young man says in the showers is that during boxing, that tells you that there is boxing. During boxing, if I knock you out, please understand it's not personal. There's a reason why I'm telling you this. You will hear somewhere along the story. We move on. It becomes Monday morning, and now this is officially day 1 of the 3-day parachute selection. Listen properly. So on day 1, the first day, we arrive at the unit, we prepare. We were already briefed what to prepare, so we prepare our kit, military equipment, your bag, your battle jackets, put everything that is needed in your bags. Obviously you are in your boots, you've got your shorts, your PT shorts, your PT t-shirts, PT for training, and all that stuff. So you know that now you've handed yourself over, and it's all systems go. Right, then we get there at 44 from 1SSB, and we line up for the first component. I don't even think they do warm up at 44. I don't remember. I don't remember. I think they did, but I don't remember. It doesn't matter. We line up. We go and run the 3.2 kilometer battle jacket run. Now let me explain. In that battle jacket run, you have to obviously have your battle jacket, which it can weigh between 10 and 15 kilo. It could be less. 10, somewhere there. Please, if you know how heavy a battle jacket is, please comment on the comment section below, and so that everyone else that is watching with us can know. So right at this moment, we go for the 3.2 kilometer battle jacket run. You're wearing your battle jacket, you're wearing your steel helmet, you've got your rifle in your hand. What else do you have? Well, you've got the time, but they tell you that 44 that your time doesn't work. And you've got your boots on, you've got your camo pants on, and just a t-shirt. And the whistle goes, and we all take off. And now, if I were to explain 44, if I do find a picture, I will attach it right here. When you go out, it's a downhill. You go out, I think it can be a distance of about 200 meters going downhill. And then after you get out of the gate and you turn right and you run along the route at Tempe base. And if you've been to Tempe, you will know the route. After turning right from 44, that means you will pass the main gate, not going out, but you will just pass the main gate on your left, and you will turn right and run towards 1 SSB. Then there's another Y junction. You will take right again, and you go up towards, as if you are going towards, you pass I think the sick base somewhere there, and there is a T junction or a four-way stop somewhere where you turn and you come back the same route. Remember I said the final where we start the 200 meters. Now when you come back, it becomes a hill. Now the moment you enter the gate at 44, now all these guys that are qualified are standing on the sides of this road, and they are yelling every insult you've ever heard on earth. Chicken, this, hey, what? They tell you all these things as you run up this hill in the last 100 meters. Other people would even end up walking. Anyway, we finish. You are given 18 minutes. I remember I finished mine in 16:45, if I'm not mistaken, but I still had a minute to spare when I finished. And yeah, I was not the first, of course. I mean, not at that time. I'm sure the first guys would arrive around 13 minutes, 14 minutes. I'm not sure exactly what time they ran. And we got there. Then you just get a little bit of time to rest, and then it's off to the next component. The next component there, it's push-ups, and you are required to do 55. No, it's 40. I think it's I don't remember how many push-ups you are required there. I think it's 40. If it's not 40, it's 50 between the two. But you do those, and without breaking the rhythm, you are usually given 2 minutes. I just don't remember if 44 they do it like that. They give 2 minutes. And then after the push-ups, you do sit-ups. I remember the sit-ups. You are required to do 67 sit-ups. I think it's 2 minutes. Then after the 67 sit-ups, the next component, you do shuttle runs. 44, it's a very short, I think it's a 6-meter distance that you have to run. So you have to do 40 of them. You touch this side, touch that side. I think they count both sides. Yeah, they count both sides. And they give you time. I think it's 90 minutes to complete that. And then from there, onto the next component, which is rope climbing. So you have to climb up a rope until you get to the top and tap, and then after that they tell you to go down. I think when you tap, you say up, yeah. Then they say climb down. Then you climb down the rope. CrossFit guys will know the rope I'm talking about. Then after that, I think that rope is 5 meters. It's a 5-meter length going up. Then after the rope, you go to the next component, which is a wall climbing. So you've got a wall. Maybe the wall would be this high. I think it's a 2-meter wall. Yeah, it's a 2-meter wall. So you have to come running, jump, step onto the wall, climb over. Now the wall does not have a space to grab on the other side. It's a flat surface. So you must be able to use your arms to take your body up and climb and be on top. Then that is the... Oh, then another one, and then you have to run with the body. You carry your body, you run with them for a distance of 75 meters, and you come back, and they give you 90 seconds to complete that. Right, so you're also being assessed. So those are, so the concept there, they've got 3 speed and 3 power components, or if not 4-4, I just don't remember anymore. But with those, you have to pass. You can only fail one component. I think you can only fail one speed and only maybe one power. I think that's the concept. But if you fail two, you are out, or you can only. But there is something like that anyway. But in my case, I passed all my components. That's the safest way to go. And then we move on to now still the same day. Then after that, they read the results. I made some notes, guys, so you will see me referring to these notes, because there are so many things that happens in that week. And sometimes you'll find that some of the components, I might not say them exactly on a particular day that they were supposed to be in, but I remember what happened. So for the sake of the story, we continue. Let me just check the time. Okay, and we're still on. Yeah. Then from there we move on to the next component, which is boxing. Now in this boxing component, I remember they brought gloves, and then after they've separated the people who have passed, then the ones who failed, the ones who have passed went to one side, the ones who failed, they went to one side. Then they brought us gloves, and you just put on the glove. There's no strapping. Put on your gloves. So I was the first to put on my gloves, boxing gloves, and then I jumped, and I was the first one to fight. Not much understanding at the time, but I kinda was still learning a little bit on how to box, and I boxed a couple of guys. I think I boxed 2, so that they take you out only if you bleed. And then I remember they brought in another boy. I think he was Venda, and then he managed to score one. I think it was on my teeth, and then I saw them taking me out. Right, all of us, for you to be taken out of that boxing ring, you have to bleed. If you don't bleed, you will fight until. After that, when we were done with boxing, then we prepared for the field. Now, of course, all these first things during the day on day 1 are done at the base. Then we moved went to the mess to eat, and then loaded stuff in the trucks, and we were taken to the field. Now got dropped there somewhere, and then we're given instructions, the route where we're going to walk. And now it's starting to be dark as we're starting the walk. And then now this component is a 15-kilometer route march. I don't know if they call it a speed march or a route march, but the difference is that on a speed march you can run, on a route march you can't run. So, but because it was dark, I'm sure even if you were running, it was not going to be easy for them to see you. Then we started the route. So now on this route, you've got your battle jacket on, or inside your bag, it's up to you. And then you put on your backpack, which is, I think, it could be anything between 25 and 35 kilograms. And then you are given 2 hours. Is it 2 hours? 2 hours 45 minutes. I think that's the time they give you. If it's not 1 hour 45, it's between 1 hour 45 and 2 hours 45 minutes. But you have to make that time. It's a cut-off exercise. Walked through the night, and we arrived at the point finally. I made that time as well, because remember, if you don't make it, then you get taken out of the selection. Then when we finished there, another story. Then when we finished there, we went to prepare. And then we're given a space. Then they give you a space, and they say this is where you're going to sleep. And they set out where buddy, as in it has to be 2 of you. You sleep buddy. But now for you to sleep, you have to dig a trench. Then you are going to sleep inside the trench. That's what happens. The people who have been in the military will know the concept of sleeping in trenches. Why? Because it's like you have to create your own cover and be able to shoot and fight from that hole. Right? And it makes it difficult for the enemy to just see you when they are coming. So you start digging these trenches, you dig these trenches. Now, the concept here, before you even go, someone will advise you that like you have to know that you are going to dig those trenches the whole night. But they know that people know that, so they would make sure that they give some people, they can say you can sleep, then they wake them up and all that stuff. So you will dig for a while, and then they take you out of the trenches. Now they will come in angry, yelling and everything, that you guys are lazy, you don't want to work, and give you every reason why they are going to do now what you're going to do to you. Then they call it mohom and bohom. So you run, you're jogging on the spot, the whistle blows, and then mohom, you lie on your back, or on your back, on your stand and jog, on your stomach. It's just it's a very painful exercise, because you do it for a very long time. You even lose track of time. I can't tell you if you start for an hour and go back to the trenches, or they make 2 hours, I don't know. But that happens the whole night, back in the trenches, up doing training, back in the trenches, until the morning. So you actually, if you do get sleep, you'll get maybe 30 minutes, 1 hour. Others don't get at all. But just everyone is treated the same. That's one of the most important things right there. Then when you finish with that first night, then we go on to the second night, and I think I'm going to refer to my notes, which now is going to be Tuesday, and I just wanted to check. Okay, then in the morning on Tuesday, we will have a morning parade in the field. And now in that morning parade, that's where they are going to read the Paratroopers prayer. I'm going to attach the Paratroopers prayer here, and so that if you just want to read, you can read for yourself. Then when after that, then you've got 2 platoons. On the right, it will be the platoon, the instructors, and then the middle, the people that are still on course, and on the left, it will be those who have fallen off. Because even if you fall off, they don't leave you at the base. You also go to the field, and you are going to, they call them fallen heroes. Any form of work that should be done is done by those guys. Now I'm talking about anything regarding washing of dishes, dishing. They become chefs. They not really chefs, but like they dish for us that we're still on course, and all the other things that must be done. The preparation of the area where the base, because we set up a temporary base in the field, and setting up of tents, everything just that must be done there is done by the fallen heroes. And then if you are still on course, at least you get to not enjoy yourself, because you're not having fun, you're tired, you're dying, but at least you don't have to do some crazy work. Then after that morning, we did something where we had to pull a truck. We're pulling a truck around an obstacle, you bring it back, but you pull this truck as teams, and then but you find that some of these exercises are not even cut-off exercises. Then we went for the component for the day, which is an important exercise, the stretcher run. Now with the stretcher run, we had to carry a stretcher as a team. So on the stretcher, they put one person. Do they put a person at 44? I think they put marbles. I think they put marbles on the stretch. I just don't remember, because I've done so many stretcher runs. They put marbles, because I remember that type of a stretcher is not like, it's more like a bed frame with handles, very thin handles. So if when you grab that hand, when you run it, it actually digs through your hand. And at 44, they tell you no gloves. Because I remember at the time when I was at Special Forces School, we were allowed to wear gloves during the stretcher exercises. 12 kilometer stretcher run. I just don't even remember the time. I done that thing, the 44 one once. You run with that stretcher until you don't feel like doing it anymore. You fight as teams, yelling at each other, but you actually keep going. And if you walk, because they want you to jog, if you walk or they are not happy, they take you back 200 meters. That's like, yeah, my team was taken back once. We keep going until we get there. I think we had about 6 teams. It's separate teams. I think we were the 4th team. My team were the 4th team to arrive at the finishing point, if not the 3rd. But there were teams in front of us, there were teams behind us, and we kept pushing because we didn't want to be the last team. Because I know that like all last teams are always going to suffer. I just don't remember what concept they used to choose for the stretcher run. You know, going for the games, so you go, that's right, you understand. It can even be something like that. Then when we finish the stretcher run, there is a, oh my eye, there is a ritual that they do. I was lucky because I didn't know about that ritual. There's a young boy also from For Art that told me that, you see, when we get there, they are going to take your numbers. Do not resist, because if you resist, they are going to move you. So they tell you that you are out of selection. Give the number, give, they take all the numbers. And then you go back to the base as if they're taking you out, and they make you do things there at the base. You do things, and then later on they give you back your numbers. Right, cool. And then it goes to the next component, which I think it was a quick up. I could be wrong. It could have been a stretcher run, a quick canister run, or a quick camp, but one of the two. Or it could have been not there. But anyway, on that day, in Kambi, there on the other day. But anyway, we went for quick camp. Now, a quick camp is an obstacle course that is done in the field. They put any form of obstacle that they can get. They used ruined buildings, they use water, they use everything. They use tracks for you to jump off under and whatever. You run that obstacle. I think it can be about 2 kilometers. 2 kilometers, I think. 1.5, 2 kilometers, yeah. It's not a very long distance, but the time is the pressing issue, because I think they give you about 8 minutes. I think it's 1.5. You're wearing boots, you're wearing pants, and then a t-shirt. At least you're not carrying anything, but you must know you're going to run. Because the terrain you are going through, hills, through some no alu, but they just open for you to walk through it. You have to walk, you have to get inside a building, jump out of the window. There's nothing, and you find that when you're jumping out, it's good delapezansi, and you have to jump over some things that they put on the road, maybe a bar, that you have to jump over it, get in the water and swim, get through to the other side, run, yeah, until you complete the first round. So you do it for about 3 times, and you give it the same time. You don't make it once, you are out. So you have to make it all 3 times. Make the time. It's a cut-off exercise. I think we had one guy that was cut off from that exercise. Then after quick camp, I think we had boxing that evening. Before the last component, we had boxing. So now with this boxing, we get there under a big tree, and then the gloves are out again. Hi, we go. Now we fight. I think we get about 2 opponents. Then I get that boy. Remember the boy I told you about in the bungalow? I got that boy as an opponent. Now I know we face each other. The boy comes, he's got power, he hits, I close. He hits. I get out of the way, he moves. Then he comes for the second time, does the same thing. I get out of the way again. Some of the punches were going through, but most I was blocking. Then when he comes for the 3rd time, I just extended my hand. One punch, I hit him here, apparently on the jaw here, and he fell. Did he fall? Yeah, he fell. And then now the same boy was complaining when we were eating. Now, okay, boxing continued, and we were done. I remember there was a boy called Kize. Before I tell the story, Kize wanted to quit. He did not want to be part of this anymore, and they didn't want. He wanted to quit. he failed quick camp on purpose. Then they forced him to go and do that boxing. Yeah, I was so worried when the guys were hitting Mkiza, but now there's nothing they can do. And Mkiza did not want to fight, and it's like, Mkiza, just fight back. I don't know what happened to Mkiza, man. If you did selection in 2009 October, please comment down below if you see this video and tell us what happened to Mkiza if you were there in that selection. So now when we're eating, the young man was complaining, yeah, some people are here to injure us. And I was like, but this is the same guy that said in the bungalow, if I hit you, it's not personal. So it's not personal, dude. And yeah, I never wanted to injure the boy. I was defending myself, and yeah, that's what happened. And then from there, we go for the night navigation. Yo, story time, 25 minutes. Oh, this video is going to be long. Now go for night navigation. Now 44 navigation is not the same as maybe if you've done navigation. It's basically you carrying poles and everything and walking at night. That's what they do. They just give you a point, and the point is on the road. So there is no compass, there is no bearing that is needed. You just have to walk on the road until you get to the point, and they give you another point of reference and you walk on the road. I don't know why they do it like that, but well, we did it anyway. So all you have to do is just to take the pain and walk with those poles until you get there. Only towards the end, where they will make you go through the bush and back to base. That's the temporary base that we've made. Now that navigation is going to happen for almost the whole night. When you get back to the base, it can be 3 a.m, it can be 4 a.m, depending on how quickly your team went. But the nice thing is that at least there's no digging of trenches after that. Once you finish the navigation, you can sleep, of which I don't even think there's a single person that finished before 11. Yeah, I think maybe the first group finished around 11, 12, and the last group maybe got there around 2 or latest 3. My group, it was somewhere also in the middle. I was always in the middle. And then we finish the navigation, and then you get that brief sleep, and then you go to the next day. Now the next day, we go in the morning, we go and do what we call a canister run. It's a 4-kilometer run. Now here you've got your rifle, then you've got a canister. A canister is a casing of a bomb, and you just have to carry this one shoulder, weapon in one hand, because you can't tie the weapon on you, and then you have to run throughout for 4 kilometers. They give you time, I think it's 40 minutes. You have to complete that thing. I think I completed mine in around 32 minutes. I still had time to spare when I completed it, and it was just an easy jog. It's also a cut-off exercise. But when you are a runner, because I was a runner at the time, you get to know how to pace yourself based on the time that you've been given and the distance that you've been given. So now I would use my watch to time how fast I'm running, and I would just relax and jog until I get to the finishing point. So some of the guys that start fast, you find them after 1 kilometer or 2, and you pass them and continue jogging nicely until you get to the finishing point. Then we finished the canister run, and after the canister run, I believe that the next move is back to base, and now the main base, not the field base. So we get taken by trucks back to the main base. For sure, everything that was in that temporary base there is done by fallen heroes, where they pack up and load onto the trucks and come back later. So when you get to the base, I think it's during the day, around 12, 1 o'clock. You get to the base, and then you do another component. They call it the elephant. Guys, that is one component that showed me flames more than any other in my parachute selection. And at the time, I know that it's the last day. I believe that I've already done this, so all I have to do is to complete this elephant. Yeah, you get there. Now let me take you to the elephant. I might not remember everything. So the elephant starts with a wall climb. So you run, get onto the wall, The same wall I was talking about. You jump onto the wall. Now remind you, you've been in the field for 3 days. Your muscles are sore. You are tired. You are hungry because you eat very little when you're doing that course. Then when you get on top of the platform, the wall, given a rope, then you have to hold on to the rope, swing with the rope, and then you get onto a spider. A spider is a series of ropes. So all you have to do is to put your hand through and one leg grab onto that, let go of the other rope because it's hanging there. If you don't, it will take you back. Hang and climb up the spider, get onto the top. When you are at the top of the spider, there is another rope. So it's a rope that's lying like this. It's actually doing this, but there is a safety net at the bottom. So you have to climb onto the rope, lie on your stomach, and pull, walk until you get to the front. Then you find another rope that you find poles that are making ladders. But I might not be explaining the elephant exactly as it is, but most of it's more or less like this. Then you have to climb up until you get to the top. And then when you are at the top, I don't know if that rope you find when you get to the top of those poles, and slide through until you get to the other rope, which is just hanging like this. So you have to climb down to that rope. Now, mind you, that rope, I think you do elephant twice. That rope, when you're coming back for the second time, it's wet, or if there are people in front of you, that rope is a mess. And ropes at 44, they are very old. Are not like ropes where we were training, because we are using nice fresh ropes. 44 ropes are slippery. You have to climb down. So what happened to me is that I actually couldn't grab and grab hold of the rope properly. So I went down and it bent my hands. With those bent hands, I had to go inside a trench that has got dirty water, and then you had to swim under until you go out on the other side. Then you get to the other side, there is a monkey bar. You have to walk up with the monkey bar, and I don't remember what was the last obstacle, but then after that you run around and then you take your time. The guys that monkey bar, I couldn't pass. I tried my best. I went, I just didn't give up. I would fall and come back, fall and come back until they said I can pass. Which was what really actually made me suffer, especially now because my hands were bent by the rope, and the blood every time I grabbed, it was slippery. And I had never been good with monkey bars in my life anyway, so yeah. Anyway, when we finish with the elephant, we go back to, how many minutes now? 32, and I'm about to close the story. When we finish with the elephant, we go back and they take us to the lapa, where they need you to do push-ups, do everything now. And then they take your number by force and throw you outside and tell you that you failed. Everyone, they take your number, you failed. If you don't give your number, get beaten up. Then when you are outside, then you find the colonel comes to you, the OC of the unit, and he tells you guys, gentlemen, we were only gentlemen in our course, but if they are ladies, they will say ladies and gentlemen. Gentlemen, congratulations, you have made it. And how many of us passed? We were 28. How many of us started the course? I think we were somewhere around, was it 150 or was it 250? But it was somewhere in the hundreds. So yeah, we got that luck to have been the 28 that made it on course, to go and do the parachute course. So in the next story time, please comment down below. Let me know if you want to hear what happens in the parachute course. Maybe we can go through the ground training phase and then take you through the first jump and all the other things that happen there. I will also tell you stories about my time that I spent in some of the units in the military. Unit like the Special Forces School. Obviously, I won't reveal any sensitive things, I will only reveal what is already available out there that people can know about even before they become soldiers. And I will also take you through my selection that I did at the PTI course, where I ended up becoming an instructor, and I had to go and present selection myself to other people. In fact, by the time I did this selection, there was a guy, I won't mention his name, but he was a sergeant who had just recently, early that year, finished his PTI course, and during his selection I was one of the instructors that was presenting his selection. Then when I went for my selection, he was presenting my selection. I think it was a beautiful thing. So I'm going to share a lot of stories, guys. I will take you through my days when I was still playing soccer, the days where we used to party at the training formation, the days where I used to go to Sunnyside and have fun with my friends, and there are many things I'm going to share, guys. Just please remember, comment down below, let me know what you think of the story. We love these story times. What do you think we can improve? On that note, guys, that's the end of the story. I hope you loved it, and yes, man, that's it. Remember, if you are new here, please click the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you can be notified when we upload new videos. And if you have been here, you should know that by now. Please like the video and share it with your friends and family. Remember, also share it with everybody else that you think will love this content. I'm out of here. I love you. Peace.